Yeah. Glory be to God who has blessed us with every spiritual blessings in heavenly places. Yeah, this is the Yanulu Akwade Healing Heart podcast here, and we have been on a series on my mentor slogan, Reverend Dr. Mrs. Olufunke Adetubero. And this healing slogan that she normally says is trace it, face it, erase it, start replacing it. We've been able to discuss trace it, facing it, and erasing it. So we are on the last part, replacing it. After we have traced it, after you have faced it, that's on it, and you have erased it, then you have to start replacing it. Nowhere is vacuum, nowhere is oblivious. Even ignorance is a knowledge on its own. That you don't know something does not mean that you will not suffer the consequences. That you don't know something that you know and you did not do does not exempt you from the results. Action and inaction, they have results. Ignorance, it has its own results. So we go with replacing. Once you have erased the patterns, once you have tried to actually know what you are actually getting out of the way, the history pattern that you don't want to be passed down to the next generation, then you have the onus is on you. You have the responsibility to replace it. For example, it could be like I said, think in the first part of obesity. Now, for example, you start replacing it with good diet. Especially when you are just starting, you have to be strict with yourself, disciplined. So when you are getting your diet right, you have to eat more of the opposite part. I hope you know what I mean. The food that will make you to not necessarily going on fast. There are different methods for different people. Check out the one that works for you. At least try it, keep trying. And once you get a stable one, it's not as if that your stable one will be the stable one for the next generation. It could be a different type of combination entirely. But at least you started. You've been able to place them on a journey that they can vouch for, that they can actually follow pattern, and you deal with it. Then you start replacing it. Replacing means exchanging the eating patterns that brought you guys to the point you are, by the LDED patterns that you want your next generation to meet up with. And in the case of, I think I started 2 examples, and the other one was the case of witchcraft. You hear your mother is a witch, blah blah blah, you're doing this, doing that, spiritual incantations and all. You can replace it with digging yourself, as in putting yourself in depth into the word of God. You know that your own kind of assignment, your own kind of eating and chewing the word will be out of this world. You can't. It's like some people that are not easily. They are not fast in learning, and someone who he or she just needs to be in class, to just make sure that he or she is in class, because the brain captures even the way the teacher talks. So you can't compare yourselves with each other. The number of hours to be spent, plus the fact that you have to be in class and you have to do extra work so as to meet up with the excellent mark. Just like that, your own exposure to the word of God, to the transformational materials that you need to recycle the generational pattern has to be top notch. You can't be comparing your own sleep hours, your engagement, your exposure to the right seminars, your exposure to the right mentors, your exposure. You have to correct everything that you know that your parents did wrong. Not because it's their fault. Well, you have to be responsible, like I said. What they were meant, what you think they were supposed to do. You might make your mistakes too. It's okay. Like I said, no one is perfect, but you need to understand that work needs to be done. You can't compare yourself with a generation. I almost fell into that error not really error, but it was so painful and so discouraging that I almost started comparing myself with generations that four generations before theirs, before they had clergy, they had successful people, they had well-to-do people in their generation, and everybody that generation, including cousins, nephews, aunties, everybody went to school, everybody helped everybody to get to where they were today. And it didn't look like somebody's father was poor in their generation, because everybody stood in for everybody, and everybody went to the same standard of school, and nobody was left behind. You can't compare yourself to, if you have issue with the fact that the parents didn't have knowledge of being responsible to send their kids to school and they are laid back. You can't compare yourself to that kind of lineage. If you want such, you start it. At least you would have taken the generation to a level of marathon. They won't have to start from they won't have to start from the starting sprint. They will take the baton from you and take it further. Don't be bothered about where will I stop it. Where will I stop? I want it to be up to don't compare where you want yours to be to the level that somebody has started from reception. You can't. Please, your journey is your journey. No matter how unpalatable it may seem, we see it as unpalatable because we compare, and that is a sin on its own. God created different creatures looking different ways, but we give names to some because the fact that something is popular does not mean that it is normal. The fact that everybody's eyes are in front does not mean that people that have theirs somewhere that is abnormal. No, we need to be careful. There's some mutations along the line, fine, but that does not mean you should castigate yourself because you feel your makeup is not in the general way. It's not as generally termed as normal. You have to you have to start replacing it. You have to start building up your self-esteem no matter the challenges. Don't the reason why we get disgraced, get ashamed, that we cry unnecessarily at times is because we are the ones that publicize our mistakes, publicize our failures. People might have seen it, so far they've not said it to your face. Keep moving. When you are healthy enough to talk about the past, to talk about it, and you determine what you talk about, in what volume, what you want to get out. And if but the same people start saying that you're already publicizing your past in the pursuit of purpose and changing and transforming lives, they will be incapacitated to even shame you. Let everybody mind their business, and it is your choice. Take it easy with yourself. So far we have been able to deal with replacing it. Start changing the patterns. Start changing the habits. It takes discipline. It takes time. It takes falling, rising again. Children, when they are working and they fall, they rise again. When they look around and they see that nobody behaves like as if they see them, they dust themselves and move on. But when I say, when you start seeing people around them, especially elderly ones shouting, he has this, his head on something, that is when the children will now notice that they've seen me. They now start crying. Don't announce your fall. Don't announce your fall before you heal. Don't announce your fall before you heal. Take it easy. Take it easy with yourself. All will be well. Yeah. Yes, we've come to the end of this series. My mentor slogan: trace it, face it, erase it, and start replacing it. I hope in one way or the other you have been blessed and you can take hold of some examples to hold on to work on your life as it applies. Take it easy with yourself. All will be well. To your healing and becoming. Till I come again your way next time. Be good to yourself. Do not give up. Love you.